Hey guys, what's up? We're currently redecorating my office, so temporarily I'm having to use the showers. So we've had a very busy summer. Very busy. We've had all our friendlies, we've had a couple of transfers. Very, very excited about some of these new players coming in. So let's just get to it, why don't we? Starting with the transfers in. Oh, okay, actually no, let's start with transfers out. We'll come to these. We've had two players go. Ben Halfaker didn't really. He played one game for us, and I think that was a possible substitute. He didn't have a average rating. Yeah, not really bothered about that one. And we've also had Andy McWilliam go, who played 3 matches for us. Not very great. Again, another one that I'm not too worried about. We did have a couple of other players leave us just through the end of the contract. Didn't renew them. Wasn't worth it. So, not bothered. We have got 10 new players in. Only 8 of them are classed as starting this season. 2 others classed as starting last season. So the 2 coming at the end of last season were Joe Brett and Lucas Bell on free transfers. Joe Brett is a potential striker. Probably as a backup, really, to Moncrief. 21 years old, he's slightly declining in some areas, but he's got good potential ability. He's got good potential ability. We'll have to see what happens with him. And Lucas Bell, who is attacking midfielder essentially. Good on either side of the pitch, as well as potential striker. He's not amazing. He's more of a substitute or a sub. Yeah, he is more of a substitute for us rather than first team player. I bought both of those 2 in. I had those transfers arranged before the new season started, and during the start of the new season, around the 1st of July, a bunch of new players become available. Either they are released from previous clubs or they're just newly generated, and that's my favourite time of the year besides Christmas, is when those new players come available, and we took advantage of that extremely well, even if I do say so myself. So first up is Liam Isherwood, potential replacement for Ed in goal. In terms of how they are kind of compare, Ed does not have the eccentricity, but he does have the better physicals, the better speed, better communication and distribution. So really, Isherwood is more of a development player. Ed is 26, Isherwood is 18. Previously, Isherwood was at Accrington in the League 1. So released, probably wasn't going to make it there, but good capture for us. Jack Williams, another one who was released from a League 1 team in Oldham. This guy, again, wing player, potentially going to be played as an inside forward. Great potential ability. I think a lot of these players are likely to be Vanarama national level players in the future. So if we can keep hold of them for a couple of years, they will play very well for us. Connor Finlayson, another striker, I think we now have 3 or 4 strikers in the team. Again, released from Fleetwood, did join AFC Blackpool, never played for them, which is surprising. But another League One player released maybe 2 years ago, and now he's joined us. Charlie Jepson King coming in as a replacement for Jenkinson, and potentially also Stanley on that left wing back position, who'll play support. Some fairly good physicals, not a great jumper. He's got a good first touch, good dribbling, so he could probably dribble around some players if needed. But yeah, not the finisher, which is fine. Yeah, that's not what we brought him in for. We also signed Kyan Taylor, another one who was released from League One. This was, 3 years ago? 3 years ago, released from Shrewsbury. Played in the Premier Central in the south. Did go on loan to Stockbridge in Northern Premier, the one we were in last year. Did alright, I suppose. But yeah, we're going to have to see how he plays. He might be great, he might be awful. But 50 quid a week, 200 quid a month, worth the punt, basically. If he can do the business, great. Blake Drury, who is potential to replace Whitehead or Hunt. Definitely one for the future, some amazing potential. It says potential to be regional first divs player. I suspect potentially could be better, although his attributes don't look great. But it's a solid starting foundation. This one let go from York, from Vanarama North, so hopefully he can do the business, get us there. Aaron Clayton, goalkeeper, another potential replacement for Ed. This guy let go from Birmingham in the Skybet Championships, so fingers crossed he is one of those players that could get us to the Vanarama National and keep us there, or at least get us there until we can find better players, essentially. And then the final player, who I'm potentially most excited about, is Edson Prata. He doesn't look much compared to the other players we've had on the wings, McDavitt and Chippendale. I think Prata is so much better than them. He is Portuguese, don't need a work permit for it, so that's fine. Has played in the Vanarama National, well, he didn't play, but he was with Harrogate on a free transfer. Went out to Harrogate Railway for a loan. Did alright, scored a couple of goals, got a couple of assists, 6.9 average rating, and now he's with us. That is all of the new signings. But you're probably thinking, oh no, 10 new signings, that's a lot of money. It isn't, actually. We're actually 600 quid under our wage budget. The board are relatively happy with that, obviously, but they want us to make sure that we do have the quality of player we need to succeed in the league. So 600 quid under. If things are going really badly, I do have space to play with. But we do also have 31,000 transfer budget, which is insane. We're definitely not going to use it. So yeah, even if things do really go wrong, we've got an extra 600. So in theory, I have £1,200 a week extra to play with. But in terms of the season preview, it looks like I don't need to sign any more players. We are odds-on favourite to win the league, alongside Lower Breck, who are, I guess, our rivals. We played them 3 times. We played them a lot last season. It was always a relatively tough competition. They've obviously signed a couple of new players. Who they got? They haven't signed anybody. They haven't brought any players in, apparently. So interesting. And if we look at the Media Dream 11, I think we've got a couple of players in there who are in the Dream 11, obviously. We've got Valentine, who is in the Media Dream 11 as a midfield player, which, all last season we were playing him as a wing back on the right hand side. We've also got Prata, who's in the Media Dream 11. Lococo, who plays for Vauxhall. I am scouting these Dream 11 and they don't look amazing. And yet we did have Moncrief, I think, was in the Media Dream 11 as a striker, but he's obviously been taken out and replaced with Moore, who's I think I tried signing Moore, but he wants like 300 quid a week, which is just ridiculous. So yeah, we're not signing him. But today, the league's already kicked off actually. Most of the teams have actually played their first game. So Kenda in first, Lower Breck in second, both tied on goal difference and points because they both won. They both scored goals. They're both tied for that first position. Vauxhall down in sixth, winning only drawing their first match. Nope. And today is our turn. If we can get 4 points or 4 goals, we can take the top of the table. And we're playing Cheadle, who, Cheadle are predicted to come 17th, finish 17th in the table. So we should be expecting to thrash them, basically. In terms of tactics, not much has changed, to be fair. The only thing that has changed is the lineup. So Ed is staying in goal. We've got Jebson King on the left wing back, Valentine on the right. We will play around with Valentine's positions throughout the year. Whitehead and Hunt in the central defence pairing, no difference. Midfield, same as always. You've got Healy as deep line playmaker, Gilboy as ball winning midfielder now, and Arthur as the attacking advanced playmaker. On the left wing, or the inside forward on the left, you have Prata and Williams on the right hand side, and Moncrief stays in goal for us. In terms of people on the bench, we've got Jenkinson, who can replace Jebson King or Valentine. He's a wing back either side. We've got Karen Taylor, who is the midfielder, who looks a lot better than Arthur actually, which is why I'm very excited about him, even though he doesn't look great. I need a sub for the 2 inside forwards, so we're going to have Bennett Tyndall in that position. We're going to obviously take all of these people out because we've only got 5 subs. I'm going to take Clayton out, so I need a defensive centre. Probably Blake Drury, potentially. The other option is Tommy Lent, who was playing for us last year. I'm going to go for Drury, I think, today. So that is how we line up. Heedy is wanted by a couple of teams. So is Jenkinson. But we're not going to let anybody go. No real changes to any of the tactics. So that's the team. Let's get to it. And here we go, about to kick off for the first game of the season. And can we utterly humiliate them? That would be nice. That is the goal, really. With these new players in, I'm expecting Prata to have a good game, as well as Williamson. We've got a corner. Moncrief is disallowed. Okay, fair. We still need to work on our throw-ins. We need to work on set-piece delivery kind of entirely. I need to rework our set piece plans. But we're on the forward. Williams into Moncrief. Moncrief scores, puts it away. That is a good start to the season. 17 minutes in, and we're 1-0 up. I forgot to put replays on. I switched them off during pre-season because it just makes that game a little bit quicker when you're trying to get through those friendlies. But they have a goal kick. Valentine heads it. Moncrief out to Williams, who's out in the middle. Arthur, who's just passes it to their keeper, essentially. Prater was there available to hit it, but Arthur decided he'll take the shot. Anyway, they are coming forward. Woodbine with the ball. Pressure on from Valentine there, but unsuccessfully. Oh wow. Okay. Maybe it's not going to be the start to the season that we were hoping for. Why I put replays on? Oh, I need to actually. There we go. That's better. Now we have replays. Anyway, we missed a corner. Gilboy to Arthur, back to Gilboy, who lumps it across to Healy, down to Whitehead. Is he going to cross it in? He passes it back to Healy, who goes back to Gilboy to Whitehead and crosses it in eventually. And Williams is there to put it in the back of the net. That was quite some nice build-up play, actually. Lots of solid passing. As we can see, just kind of working it in there, which is exactly what we want. We don't want to just rush in and waste our opportunities. We want to make sure that the opportunities that we build are going to end up with us scoring. So that now puts us 2-1 ahead, and that puts us 5th in the table. Not quite good enough, I'm afraid. So things are going well, but they can definitely improve. So with that, we'll kick off the second half. Jepson King only scoring a 6.6 so far. Prater not having a great game, considering I'm very excited about him. I'm a little bit worried. However, Prater heads on to Moncrief, who just directs the ball straight at the keeper, and that's the end of the highlight. So we are an hour in. Another highlight for us, Arthur through to Hunt, who just belts it straight over the crossbar. So let's make some changes. Jepson King not doing great. Let's get Jenkinson on. Arthur also not great. Let's bring him off for Kyan Taylor. Let's hope those two subs can make the difference. Whitehead with the throw. Gilboy, Taylor, Kyan Taylor immediately straight off the bench in, picks up the header, dinks it in. That is why I like these new players. Just look at that. Just oof. That was a beautiful goal. Let's see if we can pull out another one just to really knock this away. With that, however, we do go 3rd in the table. Just one more goal would see us equal with Kendall and Lower Breck. But I don't think we're going to get it. With 3 minutes at a time, Reece Jenkinson also not doing well. Arthur also not doing well. So we may have to play around with Arthur and potentially one of the other new keepers that we brought in. However, look at that XG. Our XG was 3.01 compared to their 0.33. We should have done a lot better than 3-1. Let's be real. Yeah, okay, good win, boys. Happy with that. And that starts off season 2 to a very nice start to the season, really. Williams scores on his debut. That was good. Was that game at home? That was at home. Finances not great, really, in terms of how the board want us to perform this year. They want us to only reach the playoff as a minimum. We obviously want to exceed that. We want to be first in the league table come the end of the season. We want automatic promotion. We want the money that comes with it, which I think is only like $1,000, $3,000. We get $3,000 for winning the league. Fine, happy with that. It's another $3,000 that we don't have now. In terms of the League Cup, again, they're not bothered. If we can win it, that's great. That'll just boost our kind of the club's reputation. And for the FA Vase, this year they want us to reach the final. If you were here for last year's FA Vase, you remember that we got knocked out in the semi-final by Hebburn. Quite dramatically, 4-2. Let's not talk about it. And they went on to win it. So this year, we need to make the final. That's a long way. We are a long way off. We do have our first draw against somebody. We're playing Leverstock Green. Hopefully, should be nice, easy. We should smash them. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, fingers crossed we can actually win 3 trophies this season. We want the league trophy, we want the League Cup trophy, and we want the FA Vase. Hopefully. And obviously we're on course to grow the club's reputation. The board are optimistic about the progress that we're making towards the club's reputation. In terms of my own reputation, we're not moving. Studying for the National B licence. There is one thing that I am very kind of debating. I am debating this quite a lot. Is asking for a new contract. Not for more money, but actually for less money. Considering the club's financial position right now, if I was to take a pay cut, let's say if I took £500 less a week, that's a saving of £2,000 a year, a month. If this was real life, I definitely would not be doing that. But I don't need to worry about eating or sleeping or a car or any of that in Football Manager. That brings this episode to a close. The last thing to talk about is when we'll be back. Seeing as we want to do a cup run, we are going to come back for the 3 cup games in tomorrow's episode. We'll be playing both legs of the League Cup as well as the first qualifying round of the FA Vase. Obviously I'll play the games in between those, but we'll do the catch-ups as we progress through that episode. We'll do the catch-ups as we progress through those episodes. So tomorrow, 3 games, South Liverpool twice, as well as Leverstock Green as well. So I will see you tomorrow for a bumper episode, I guess. Have a good one. Bye, guys.